Though the factories may be roaring with the boom-a-lacka, zoom-a-lacka wee, but there isn't any roar when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea. Oh, a lawyer...
That's Jack Buchanan there singing Everything Stops for Tea back in 1944, and drinking tea is so much part of the culture here in the UK. It's probably not an exaggeration to say that the nation is addicted to it. But it is totally dependent on importing this stuff from warmer climes. Now, though, a new plantation has been launched in Scotland. It's not exactly known for its sunny weather. Jamie Russel is the co-founder of the Wee Tea Plantation, and he joins us live now from Fife in Scotland. Jamie, we know that the Scots love to drink tea, but this is all a bit radical, isn't it, to try and grow a tea plantation in Perthshire?
Yeah, good morning. I think it probably is a little bit radical, and I think there's a number of things that growing tea in Scotland will hopefully prove. I think as people are much more aware of what they're eating and drinking and consuming generally nowadays, I think it's refreshing for people to know that, people are trying to literally help people go local, even with crops that are not normally associated with certain particular parts of the world.
OK, so what are some of your challenges then? Because Scotland has very bitter winters, lots of snow, frosts, that sort of thing. Isn't that a danger to your plants?
In the early stages, we do have to look after the plants, absolutely, and we use a number of sort of modern agronomy techniques, let's say, to sort of cozy up the plants and keep them warm and keep the humidity in through the colder seasons. But what we also have is brilliant soil, we have elevation in Perthshire, and we have plenty of water, obviously. Yeah. There's no shortage of that, but the actual tea plantation, as well as being in the hills, it actually sits on a hillside next to a natural spring. So we've got literally no shortage of water. So many of the conditions are actually fantastic. The coldness is something that, we help the plants through, but certainly by the time that the plants get to sort of, 5, 6, 7 years old, then they're absolutely fine. And if you look at some of the tea-grown regions of the world, they are quite cold in the hills.
Yes, they are up in the hills very often, aren't they? Now,
Sure.
Tell us, what do we think this tea is going to taste like, and what makes tea? What gives it the different distinctive flavours that it has, depending on which type you have?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the tea industry generally could be compared to the wine industry. So, that the height the tea is grown at, the soil the tea is grown in, and importantly, what happens to the tea once it's been harvested, all contribute to the ultimate sort of end product and flavour. So we've had our first flush this year. We've harvested tea this year. We've processed it very lightly. We didn't turn it into a black tea. We sort of created it closer to almost a white tea. So it was very delicate, sort of almost a bit nutty in taste, in fact. And I would say this, but it was absolutely delicious.
I'm sure you would say that. Well, good luck with it. I hope your plants do survive the winter, because it would be very interesting to know what that tastes like. Jamie Russel there, live on the line from Fife. Thank you very much for that. I quite fancy a cup of tea myself now, actually. Stay tuned. You're with World Update from the BBC World Service. Lots more to come after the news.